Hello everyone, welcome. So today we will be doing a story, a baker from Goa. So this is the story that we will be doing this time from the glimpses of India. So let's start. A baker from Goa. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. The Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. So there was days of Portuguese, and they are reminiscing, they are remembering. Okay, they are reminiscing nostalgically. Nostalgically is fondly, with remembering the past, whatever has happened in the past. Okay, those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake loaves. Those age old time tested furnaces still exist. So the furnaces are also there. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. The thud and the jingle of traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. So, the thuds, the sounds, and the jingles that they sing, okay, so that always is coming with their arrival, that heralding their arrival, that's announcing their arrival. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. So, what are they known as? They are known as padder in Goa. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of a loaf? Not at all. The loaves were bought by some Pasquine or Bastine, the maidservants of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles, which we chose carefully amongst it was sweet bread of special make. So, what our author looked for is the bread bangles, which almost looked like a donut. So, they were the bread bangles, which was there without any topping, donuts without toppings. Okay, so which they chose carefully, or there were some special sweet breads of special make. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. See? So there is a vertical bamboo on which he places the basket. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke. Rebuke is don't come here, like kind of a disapproval. And the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb the bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. What is a parapet? In the window, you have a place, no, a small place where you can stand. That's a parapet. I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouth properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hotty would wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So they were so keen about getting the breast that they did not mind to brush their teeth. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charms without bread, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolognese are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker furnace in the village is absolutely essential. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as kabai. It was single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Even today, one who wears a half pant which reaches below the knees invites a comment that he is dressed like a pedder. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was one open testimony to this. Even today, any person with jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So that's it. Thank you.